Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Homebrew Weekly, or whatever it is these days. It's kind of random, but I'm doing the best I can. I've been told to wear this hat again. I've been told that this worn out rim is in style. Okay, so I brought it back to life. There we go. Good old hat. I do have some good hats, actually. I've got one sent to me recently from Australia. This one's from Bobby's, or no, she calls herself Bobcat now. She used to call herself Bobby's Food Channel, but now it's called Bobcat with some numbers after it. But her name's Bobby. She's from Australia, and she sent me this really nice hat. Comfortable, thin, beautiful stuff. Maybe I'll wear it next week on this, but I'm going to wear this week because I wanted to show you that I don't care how worn out it gets. We're going to wear it until it doesn't stay on anymore. How's that sound? This is my hat. I've been wearing this for years. I found it out in the front lawn 8 years ago. Didn't know whose it was, so I started wearing it in my videos to cover my balding pattern. So anyway, before we get started here, I've got a few things I want to talk to you about, including a big mistake I made on a brew, which didn't actually end up being much of a mistake. And it's just information for you guys that haven't tried it yet or haven't done this. And for you new people who are scared to brew and who think that you can't make good beer because something's going to go wrong or you're going to get infections and stuff, well, just wait till I tell you this mistake. But first, I got to get into a beer that I've got here. A little while ago, I did a review on two 17 black IPA beers brewed by different people, JMCM LXX and Combat 32. So I did that, and we had the video out a little while ago. Now, Combat 32 also brewed this beer here, which was also delivered to me, and this is it's by Harley Brew, yeah, Harley Brew, and it's a Drooling Dog IPA, is what he calls it. Let's get a little close up of that. Beautiful. Roof, roof. Okay, all right. So we're gonna get into this. It's a Drooling Dog IPA, a brew he has done a version of 5 times so far. It's 7.5% ABV, and he used Magnum, Columbus, Simcoe, Cascade, Centennial, and Chinook hops. Holy crow! Another bad beer, one that's going to put you to sleep. But okay, so I've got an opener. Let's give this a whirl, shall we? Oh boy! And we'll do the video with this beer. This is not an official review, although I will talk about it, but I don't want to... You got to do that finger thing, the famous... Don't forget that when you're pouring a beer. Okay, you don't buy beers like this in the store. My goodness, can my microphone turned on? Yes, it is. Okay, good. I'm assuming it's bottled conditioned. So it looks like there we go. Oh man, it looks like I got a little bit of sediment in there, but I don't care about that. Oh yeah, look at the color of that. Yeah, it would have been a little clearer if I'd poured it more carefully, but I was kind of more worried about the foam than how much beer was left in the bottle. I guess I can take these off now, hey? Oh, I can't wait to get into this. This is my first beer of the day. Cheers, Combat 32. Let's give this a whirl. It smells fabulous. Cheers, 17. Oh, mother of God. Jeez. Far cry from the homebrew I used to make years and years ago, I'll tell you right now. This is fantastic. What a beer. Can you see that word homebrew? I know it's a little hard to see. It'd be better if I had a flashlight. You could shine it from behind. Let's try that. Got to get this glass. This was sent to me, geez, a couple years ago. There, is that going to work? There you go. That way you can see the color. Beautiful beer. A little hazy because of my pour, but awesome stuff. Okay, let's get that locked. All right, it's beautiful. The hops are beautiful. It's nice and not. I was going to say nice and sweet. Just sweet enough. Beautiful malt. Oh, I love my IPAs. I love hops. First time I drank a hoppy beer, I made it myself, and I thought I did something wrong. I thought, oh no, this isn't right. But then I went out and bought some hoppy beers, and I realized, yes, this is right. Hoppy beers are a little shocking at first when you first taste one. I've seen people do it. And they're like, whoa. But, you know, once you get used to it, and once you realize, yes, this is a little bit different than your Coors Light, okay? Excuse me. There's going to be burps during these videos. Once you realize that, and you appreciate the taste of hops, these are so good. Cheers again. I can't describe it. I'm getting the shiver, good goosebumps. Okay. Congratulations on this wonderful beer. I don't know if the recipe's around anywhere, but if somebody knows where it is, post a link down below or something, and we'll make sure everyone can get that. I'm sure it's an all-grain recipe. Okay, got some things here before we get going. Some people sent some stuff. First of all, I have to mention a fellow called Marco. Marco has been sending me Cooper's kits, and he's sent more than a few. So Marco, I have to mention you again. Thank you, sir. Today I got a package with 6 of these in it. The 3 Heffa wheat ones, 3 of those, and 3. What's this? Ruby Porter. Oh, can't wait to try those. So, you know, he sent me some cases before, and I didn't really like to mention how many cans, or because I don't want to compare who sent what. Some people send small gifts, some people send larger ones. I don't care. I appreciate anything that comes my way. I always do, and I always mention them on these videos, and I try not to categorize anything. Just thank you guys for your kind gifts. Appreciate it a lot. So thank you, Marco. Every once in a while something shows up. I don't know how long it's going to go on, but I appreciate it very much, Marco. I also got this. This is from a local grocery store in my area. I guess it got dropped or whatever, but it's just a draft. It's a beer maker's draft. It's kind of like I guess a no-name thing. I don't know who makes it. Well, he found this in the No Frills grocery store. His name is, I've got it written down here. His name is Richard. And he sent this bought it at the grocery store. I wish I could get these at my grocery store because I would think it was $15. I think it was cheap. So, cheaper than the Coopers. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to my local No Frills person here and ask them if they can get these in. So, I'm going to brew this. Excuse me. I'm going to brew it up. I'm going to do a 5 and 7. If you don't know what the 5 and 7 is, there's a thing down below in the description about what that is. And we're just going to brew it. So it's going to be a draft. So thank you, Richard. I'll try to get through this. I got this one a little while ago, and I honestly don't know who sent it. There was no note. I got no warning. I might have got an email, but I don't know. I don't know. So if you sent this to me, could you please send me a message and let me know who you are? But it's a craft beer kit, draft lager. Premium quality. You know, it's got the malt extract in here, and I guess it's got the yeast and instructions all in the back, just like that cider thing I did. So thank you, whoever you are. Thank you. I'll brew this up. 23 liters. I'll probably do 20. That's what I usually do. And so thank you. Awesome. Hey, nothing like free beer. What the heck? I've got some dry malt extract down there to put with it, and some dextrose. I want to quickly thank Matthew. Thank you, Matthew, for your kind gift. I really appreciate it. Wow, you know, we have Darren, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very, very much. I got one here from High Desert Village. I think I might have mentioned that before, but I'm just doing it just in case I forgot, or I'm overlapping a little bit. Thank you so much. And that's it. 3 people have sent a little kind gift to me, which helps me. It does. Helps me out a lot. And of course, shirts. We've sold shirts. Not this. I don't think we sell these, but my regular Craig tube. Where is it? I think it's. Here's the new shirt here. Oh, Craig's Dungeon. Oh, it's stuck. Hang on. Just a second. There we go. Trying to learn how to use a coat hanger. Still. These are the new Craig's Dungeon shirts. I think I showed these already. They are for sale. If you buy one of these, it helps me. Okay, it helps me continue with these videos, and keep on keeping on. There you go. I have to be buying some ingredients soon for a long-awaited mini mash series. Not going to explain why it didn't get done. It just didn't. stuff went on and I had to postpone. But that's still on the roster for very soon. Okay, now I think that's everything I wanted to cover there. If I forgot anybody, and if you sent a picture and you didn't get it put on the screen here, send it again. gregtubemail@gmail.com, and I'll get it on there for you. Okay, I try to remember everything, but I don't. I need a secretary. I have somebody in mind, but I don't know yet. Okay, all right. Cheers. Okay, now here's what happened a little while ago. What I do is when I keg a beer, I leave the yeast cake in the bottom of the fermenter, and I just snap the lid back on with the airlock, and I just wait until next day or something where I'm ready to brew my next batch. And then I'll get like a sanitized measuring cup, wherever that is, and I'll scoop some out and I'll put it in the next brew, and I'll scoop some out and put it in a jar and put it in the fridge. Okay? Well, this time life got in the way and I forgot. And I had the lid on and it sat there for about 6 days in the fermenter, just the trub in the bottom. And so I thought, there's no way that's going to be any good. So I took off the lid and I smelt it. Oh, geez. And it was the only strain I had from that strain. I haven't been multiplying and saving jars like some of you have. And I was doing that, and some of them went rancid, so I had to throw them out because they don't last very long. When you don't wash the yeast, it doesn't last too long in a jar. So I thought, well, it smells kind of, it doesn't smell really bad, but it smells kind of funky. And I was a little bit hungover that day, so I couldn't tell whether it was just me or whether it actually did smell kind of off. So I just said, well, you know what? F it. I brewed with it anyway. And so I did that. Now, when I did that, I pitched the yeast into the brew, and I accidentally left the lid. Well, you know what a lid looks like. One of these guys here. I accidentally left the lid off. So here's me. I pitched the yeast. I stirred it. I don't know. The phone rang. I went and did something. Forgot all about it. It sat all night without the lid. Completely open. I would never do that. Who would do that? That would have to be something that we're going to do intentionally to try and catch some airborne yeast or something. Well, so here I am with yeast that I'm not sure about, and now I've left the lid off the fermenter all night. So I thought, this is not going to work. And I put the lid on, and I snapped it on, and of course it was fermenting already. I don't have it with me because this happened a couple weeks ago, and my son and I finished it off a few days ago, but nothing wrong with it. It was exactly the same as that batch always turns out. It did not have any off flavors at all. It wasn't infected. It didn't taste any different. I think it was a Cooper's Real Ale or something like that. It was one of the ones that Marco sent me. I don't think I have any more of those. No, they're all gone. He sent me some other ones too. I think I showed you. There's a wheat here that I've got to do, and there's a European lager that I have to do. I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit for this one. I'd like to actually do the real lager with that. So, but that was a beer that I've done many times, and this time with those two major sort of, not the first one wasn't, well, they're both, the mistakes. Leaving the yeast too long and forgetting about it, and then leaving the lid off that all night, nothing happened. Now, I'm not recommending you do this, but the reason I'm telling you this is because if you do make a mistake like that, I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of emails and messages and things from people who said, oh no, I did something wrong. I forgot to sanitize a spoon, or, my hydrometer fell in or something, I don't know. I mean, they left a hydrometer in there when they put the lid on or something weird, or I forgot to do this or I forgot to do that. And, what's going to happen? And they're worrying, and they're waking up every day and they're thinking, oh no, this is not going to work. Well, really, it's pretty hard to screw beer up. And of course, it's easy to screw it up if you're thinking about screwing it up. But if you really just be careful and sanitize everything, it's pretty hard to mess it up. Now, potentially what I could have ended up there with is a more sour taste. Or I could have ended up with some sort of a foam or bacteria on the surface of the wort or the beer. There could have been a fruit fly infestation. Things can happen. fruit flies, they're not actually after the fruit. They're actually after the yeast is what they want. So when there's a thing of yeast in here, with beer with yeast in it, and it's open, they may very well flock to it. Luckily, that didn't happen to me. Or just a random house fly, which there are a few around here. There always are. Jeez. But that's why they're called house flies, I guess. And if you live in an apartment, I guess they're called apartment flies. I'm not sure. But my point is try not to let that bother you if you make a mistake like that. I have never done that before, not intentionally or by accident, left off the lid like that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'd like to get some cheesecloth or just a big tea towel and actually try fermenting some batches without an airlock. Just drape the cheesecloth or a thin tea towel over top so that no bugs can get in, and let her rip. See what happens. Maybe something will get into it and change the flavor. People do this. Open fermentation, And I think cheesecloth would be the best bet, because you could then, if there is some yeast floating around, I'm going to get flack for this, because potentially you could end up with a bad strain of yeast that could ruin the whole thing. So this is something that maybe you guys can discuss it down below. I'd love it if you would talk about it and see what do you think about open fermentation. Maybe even just for the first couple of days, or the last couple of days, or something. To see what gets in there and see if it changes the flavor. It's an experiment. I wouldn't spend 4 hours doing an all grain and do this. But if you're just doing one of these quick cans, certainly for $25, an experiment like that wouldn't be such a bad thing to do. So let me know what you think of that. But I like that old-fashioned style of fermentation like they used to do before we had fancy airlocks and things like that, and grain fathers and all these other, what they do, probably had a barrel of some sort or whatever, and they just brewed in it and covered it with something and let it rip, and they had beer thousands of years ago. I like that idea. So anyway, let me know what you think down below. Okay, let's get another shot of this baby. Cheers. Somebody please tell me where you can buy. I can make this, of course, if I get the recipe. Anyone who's got a case of this or a keg full of this is a happy camper, I'll tell you right now. Same as the 17 Black IPA. That was a fantastic beer as well that I reviewed a little while ago. So, you guys are making some great beers. I can't believe it. Somebody stood in a kitchen or a garage and made this beer that I'd be hard-pressed to go to the store right now and find one that tastes as good as this. There's probably one out there. I'm sure there is. And it's going to be an arm and a leg, too. It's going to be expensive, especially here. I could make a keg full of this, 20 liters of this, for $30, $40, because there's a lot of hops in it, so you got to buy all the hops. Make this for real cheap. So I think even in the States you can't get good beer like this for as cheap as you can if you make it yourself. I'm pretty sure. Got some wine brewing here. This is my son's here. I don't know if you can. Yep, you can. You can see that. That's my son's there. I'm gonna put that in a keg for him. Not in a keg, in a carboy. And then he's just gonna use a wine thief and put it in his glass. I've done that a lot too. I don't like to bottle my wine because it takes up space and it's time consuming, but it's nice to have it in bottles because it's nice to pop the cork and pour yourself a nice glass of wine. But he's not interested in that. He just wants to drink the damn stuff. So put it in a carboy and take it up to him with a wine thief. I don't know if I've got one around, but I'll give him one. And he just puts it in the glass and away he goes. Loves his red wine. So yeah, he's 19 now, so he can drink. Well, he could have before too, but now he can legally do it. So, what else have I got here? Anything else? I do have some yeast sitting in here, waiting for a brew. So I think what I might do is brew. I think I'll brew this Ruby Porter. I don't know if I'm going to use that yeast though. That's a SO5. I do have some other yeast that I think is more suitable for porters. It's the Danstar, can't remember the yellow vacuum sealed ones. I can't remember the name of them, but I've got some of those around. I'll see what I got. But I think I'll brew that up, and I can't wait to try this Heffa wheat as well. I don't know, I might just use the yeast that came with it. I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. What do you guys think? Do you have a go-to yeast that you use all the time? Do you have a favorite yeast that you like to use? Do you use your yeast like some of us have been doing? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd really love to hear from you. So that's great. Listen, I think I'm done for now. More videos are coming up. I'm getting ready to ramp up the video productions again. I have a wonderful Hamburg soup that I learned how to do. I'd love to share that with you since fall is coming and we're going to be looking for some more cozy recipes. I'd love to show you how to do this. If you like soups, this is a delicious one. My mom makes it as well, and she loves it too. So that's coming up on Craig's Kitchen. And the dungeon videos, all that's still in the making. So please don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I've just been more busy now than I have been in quite a few years. So it's being difficult to... I'm thinking about Patreon. It's been suggested to me. So I'd have to work out to see how it works with my situation, you know. So anyway, I'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. Thanks a lot for joining this video once again. And please keep those fermenters fermenting. Keep those brews coming. They're awesome. These things are just... See if we can get the recipe for this one. Fantastic. Don't forget to join me live 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. vonlive.tv/CraigTube. The link is down below. Great tunes, great chat room. Sounds better than any radio station you've ever heard. And I've got great audio. I've got great compressors and things. Make it sound really nice, really beefy. And I hope to see you there Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget tgtshirts.com. Okay? Limited edition. No, it's not limited edition. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. We could make it limited edition. That makes people buy them. So, but yeah, please check those out. And if you can buy one, I would really appreciate it. I'm out. Thank you, guys. Happy brewing. Hope to see you Friday night on the live broadcast. And I will see you very, very soon here on the tubes. Cheers, guys. 17. Oh.